Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the Las Vegas Raiders playbook. I almost said Oakland Raiders, but the Las Vegas Raiders playbook. Looking at another 5-wide scheme, another spread scheme. Gun empty base trio. This one has a running back on the field, makes it a little bit unique. As we back out to the personnel here, you can see Josh Jacobs, who is number 8 over here. He is on the field. So if you wanted to audible to any other 11 personnel, that's one tight end and one running back on the field, you were able to do that, right? Like as you see here, if you go through your audibles, you're able to get the single back, you're able to get the right doubles, you're able to get to, obviously, doubles, a ton of doubles formations in this book, but you're able to get to like all of your regular formations that you would probably run, right? There's only one tight end, there's only one running back, rest are receivers. So that's something worthwhile that's mentioning here. But we'll start this scheme here with a little bit of the short game. This is the curls play. We'll kind of mix this in with all hitch, kind of the same deal here. With these plays, obviously, A is the route that's red. He's kind of the isolated guy. On the outside, you're just running curl flats. Guy the flat, running a curl over top of it. What I like to do, this isolated A route, obviously we don't have hot route master. We don't have wide receiver apprentice. But if you can mix and match crossers, post routes, corner routes, depending on what the defense gives you. Like here, you see 2 high safeties. Maybe you want to run a streak or a post route right towards the middle of the field, and just kind of isolate that guy. Same deal with all hitches, right? All hitches just a little bit shorter. Same kind of thing though. Isolate A with streaks, corners, crossers, whatever have you, right? Maybe on this curl play, you can run a drag, right? Because these routes go a little bit further down the field. Maybe you drag him, streak Y, something like that. Kind of run something like that. No throwing abilities really does suck, I do have to say. Hurts you early in this game for sure. But I mean, this is how we play right now. So, like here, this is a situation, right? You're running curl flats. Maybe you streak them both on this kind of scheme, right? Obviously, that's what the hell was that? But that was very exaggerated there, obviously by the computer. But you saw, right? You don't just necessarily have to run. A is isolate. I mean, you can kind of use A to fill in routes, right? Maybe you run A to the flat and then run RB on a slant in behind them, something like that, right? You don't just have to run. That was pretty tight, but you get the idea, right? Using A as sort of a guy to kind of like use what the defense is against them, right? They have 2 high safeties. We want to use this slot guy, this third receiver in from the right, to kind of attack that, or use him to fill other receiver spots so we can attack other points in the defense. That's all we're trying to do with this short game, right? There we had, I actually thought that was Foster Moreau for a second, but it's not anymore. But we had, in what our world would be, that would be a receiver on a linebacker. We want that. We like that matchup, right? That's just one way of isolating. And it's the same deal with all hitches, right? I mean, here we'll just kind of throw them on a slant. You see X backed up on, or Devontae Adams backed up a good bit. Not sure what that was either. Terrible quarterback play. But you're just kind of, I mean, here, this is actually a perfect spot to use all hitch. We're thinking maybe, and this is a situation too, you leave it stock, right? We're thinking, obviously, the safeties came down. Myers is going to be on a linebacker here. Well, they actually all blitz, so I mean, would have been even better to streak him down the field. But that's just a situation too where, I mean, if the linebacker's really playing off or the user's playing off and they're giving you that hitch because you've been streaking him, you've been putting him on crossers eventually once we get hot route master, wide receiver apprentice, whatnot, and they're giving you those short areas of the field, I mean, you can just let them on the curl route, right? Or you can just let them on the hitch route. On curl flats, you can just let them on the little come over the middle and sit down. You can just leave them on those routes, right? You don't just have to put them on a slant, put them on a drag every single time. But, I mean, short passing game, you need to have it. A little bit less exciting, but you always have it there. So between curl flats, all hitch, you can kind of run those two as your little bit shorter route game there. So taking the time out from the video here, I just want to thank you guys for clicking on the video and watching here. If you're liking what you're seeing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I just want to remind you to do that here. Trying to get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a big milestone, so we're looking to get there here. Hopefully by the end of the year as the new season starts here. And yeah, just appreciate you guys checking out the videos, clicking the like, clicking the subscribe, commenting, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet and send it back to the video. First, sort of down the field, kind of like mid-range passing here. We're going to go with double slant stick. Obviously, 2 backside slants. Jacoby Myers, which is really nice on this, is going to be running that option route. That is just absolutely, it's very, very good against man. I really, really like it. These receivers put their foot in the ground really well and cut outside. And then against zone, I mean, it kind of more or less does all right. And then you have RB on the out route. Josh Jacobs, if you would have a fast running back, I mean, that's kind of a good little place for him. So we'll run these slants here. I mean, obviously you have backside slants. You kind of just have to read which one's coming across the middle of the field. This is one, if you catch that, I mean, with the M over his head, that would kind of think of that to be your user. If you kind of catch that guy off guard here, maybe you've been hitting Jacoby Myers, you've been hitting your slot guy a ton, maybe they're over pursuing that guy. A lot of times that quick slant, bang, can come in, and you can hit that. Obviously, I mean, he's hitting this right there. But you can imagine the user kind of drifting to the right, our right side of the field, and that becoming open there. Here it looks like we're going to get man. We can maybe show you that Jacoby Myers route, and we do a little bit. You can see, I mean, just using leverage, I think that was AJ Terrell on him as well. You can just see, using leverage, being able to get outside here. Again, looks like a linebacker is going to be on him, or nobody, I guess. That's also an option. That would be a house call in a game, right, against cover zero. And you will see a lot of cover zero against these 5 wide schemes, because obviously we just have 5 blockers on an island here, and that's it, right? We can't block any extra people. I mean, we can slide, we can do stuff like that, but if they send 6, we are screwed, right? If they send 6, we don't have the people to block. So having these short routes, while maybe kind of the opposite of what you think of with a spread scheme, a 5 wide scheme, you want to throw the ball down the field, right? You have all these receivers on the field, you have all these playmakers, but you need to have answers to the short game as well, because you're going to get heated up. It's inevitable. Good players are going to heat you up whenever you go to 5 wide. It's just what they do. So having these backside slants, having these, there you see Jacoby Myers kind of sit down. He was open there. But you see, having these answers for this very quick game is very important. And there's, of course, 2 backside slants. A lot there, of course. We can't complete a pass right now to save our lives, but you are seeing the concepts at least at work. Here we can kind of get Cole. There I kind of put, actually, let's go to the replay real quick, because that's just one more last point on this quick play here. You can kind of see Jacoby Myers just goes up, sits around, puts this guy in this guy. I mean, let's go to pre-play real quick. You can kind of imagine him sliding over and being the user here. Kind of slides into a user area right here, sort of the middle of the field. He kind of has to pick, not kind of, he has to pick between this little just turn around, sit down route, and the slant route. That if he doesn't cover that, it's gonna go for a house call. Obviously, there's no one in behind him, right? So he kind of takes a few steps towards that, and I mean, obviously, gives up the Jacoby Myers route, right? That's what the user is going to be faced with. That was a computer doing that, but a real-life user might not recognize that every single time. So you might be able to sneak that slant in behind him, sneak that second slant in behind him, mix it with that Jacoby Myers route. Here's a situation. Obviously, we can kind of hit that RB route. I mean, safety did a good job. I mean, I think that's old boy Jesse Bates from the Bengals, right? So he makes a good play there. But having that quick out route as well is very nice with a double slant stick. Next one here is stick and nod. This is your stick and nod play that you've probably ran a million times out of 5 wide, except your slot guy to the left, Cole Sr., he's not going to be just running a slant route. He has the option to break it out against man, against that kind of leverage there. And there, of course, linebackers don't jump. We're able to throw the ball over the head. I really like that route. He is my first read in this scheme here, in this play, I guess. Not this scheme, I guess. And as you get good, as you run this more, you will get very good at deciphering where he's going to cut which way. It's just based off leverage, right? If the guy's kind of playing him more to the inside, he'll cut outside. If he's kind of playing him more to the outside, he's going to cut inside. Very simple. Like here, boom. I actually thought he was going to cut inside there, or outside, I mean. Middle of the field was wide open as well. So, I mean, very nice route. And then, of course, just run this play through. I mean, you have, well, if I could get to the right play, I guess. You have the big go routes on the outside with basically kind of like a stick and nod on towards the middle of the field, but we're not running it with tight end. We're running it with a receiver. We do like that. And then, of course, we're just kind of creating a high-low read here. Here, of course, we're going to get man, but Devontae Adams is a tank, so we're just going to do that and skirt out of bounds there, I guess. But we're trying to create a high-low read over the middle of the field with the stick and nod, providing that little inside-out route by Y doesn't get open here. And, I mean, that's just too easy, right? That's just too easy. You got to throw that. That's like an RPO almost. But yeah, in terms of the rest of the play, stick and nod, I mean, you're pretty much going to run it like the rest of the way that you have before. I mean, very nice. And the fact, I mean, we're going to almost throw a pick there, but that kind of showed you right there. We had Jacoby Myers on a linebacker just due to our alignment, right? Just because, I mean, Jacoby Myers, I mean, not the best receiver on the team, I guess, but the second best receiver on your team, lined up in the slot on a linebacker. I mean, very nice matchup, very nice matchup. So if your opponent does have linebackers on the field, which, I mean, a lot of people are going to run 6-7 DBs probably out there. But if your opponent does have a linebacker, good chance that your second receiver, I'm just trying to force it to him right there, but good. I'm trying to talk and force it to him. Good chance your second receiver, your second best player probably on your offense, is going to be on a linebacker if they would have that on the field. So we do like that a part of the scheme here as well. And of course, this one, very, very easy, right? If they don't line anybody up, that's what 5 wide does for you as well. Creates very, very crazy alignment issues sometimes for the defense if they're just running, you know, whatever, right? Here, of course, we're going to get man, and got to get rid of it a little bit quicker there. RB coming across the middle of the field for about 7 years wide open. Got to be able to get rid of that ball. But stick and nod overall, very nice play. We're trying to get a zone concept. I mean, obviously, we're not going to. I'm trying to work this middle of the field with some kind of zone, but they just want to give you man. Because why not here? Here we get zone, but it's going to be... Actually, I think that was actually ended up being sort of a man blitz in the end. But you get the idea. I'm not going to stick on this play too much. Stick and nod. You have RB coming across the middle of the field. A is going to be over the middle field. We can tack 2 safeties open here. I mean, we can do a lot of different things with this stick and nod. Here, of course, we're going to get a blitz again. They rotate into cover 3 anyway. Doesn't really matter. You get the idea. You've probably ran stick and nod. The main idea out of that play is the option route, I guess, from Y. Going to be able to go inside or outside. Last one is double in, and we're actually going to turn this into triple in on the right side of the field. So we're going to have Myers, Mayer, and Josh Jacobs on the right side of the field, all running in routes at different depths. We like that, right? All running, not necessarily in routes. Jacoby Myers, more of a drag route, I guess, but all running in breaking routes, I guess, at different depths. And on the left side of the field, we're just running a big go with a big post in the middle of the field from Cole. So obviously Cole is going to be able to attack the middle of the field there. I'm thinking about Cole because I don't know why. We're going to be able to attack the middle of the field with Cole once we see those two high safeties, just like we do here. We see 2 high safeties. We can get to that backside post. But we are trying to work these in routes here, right? We are trying to work that shallow. We're trying to work B coming across on a little bit shorter in route. And then we're trying to work Mayer on a little bit bigger of an in route. Here we see those 2 high safeties, though. I really would like to work that ball right there in the middle of the field. Heck of a play right there to be able to come over and make that play. With a throwing ability, with some anticipation there, you'll be able to make that throw a lot of the time, especially if a user isn't, like their linebacker actually did a pretty good job getting depth. Not all users do that in cover 2s, so a lot of users actually don't do that. There we do a nice job against man coverage. And I do like that particular in route there by Michael Mayer right there, because he, as you can see, he's kind of on a angle toward the out. He kind of angles himself outside and then cuts back in, gives him that little bit of an advantage kind of on the cut there. Here again, we see 2 high safeties, man coverage, and yeah, I mean, just throwing it on that break, really, really nice. I really like that. And of course, we've been working kind of sort of the outsides of the field, right? We've been working the slot on the left side. On double slant, we've kind of been working the slot on the left side, slot on the right side. Here we're sort of working the middle of the field, right? We're trying to throw the ball down the field with Y. We're trying to throw these in routes over the middle of the field. So it kind of gives us a little bit of just using the whole field to our advantage. Here we're trying to hit. Dang, they threw everybody in coverage there. Able to get it blocked up, though. And one of these guys on the in route is going to break over, right? Even if they aren't the fastest guys, these in routes are coming across the middle of the field are going to do well for you. And there, oh man, we had Y. Maybe hit him in that slot a little bit better there. Should have done a better job. But overall, really nice scheme. Overall, again, hitting him on that break. Good play right there by A.J. Terrell. Heck of a play. But the scheme is there, though, for sure. Quarterback play, this video, not there. But the reads are there to be made. Like I said, we want to have these quick options. We want to be able to throw the ball down the field. We don't just want to have short routes like we have on all hitches. We want to be able to get to stuff that we can throw the ball down the field. We can hit these big plays because it's 5 wide, right? We want to be able to throw the ball down the field. So that's pretty much it for this scheme, though. Out of the Raiders playbook, 5 wide with a running back on the field, so you can audible down to a lot of these others, single back formations, 1 running back in the backfield, shotgun formations, things like that. You're able to get to all that stuff out of this formation. Pre-snap. So pretty good scheme out of the Raiders playbook here. Yeah, I think that's really it for this one. Hope you guys did like this one. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You probably watched YouTube before, I guess. We're still pushing it for that 1,000 subscriber mark, so we're trying to hit that. So subscribe if you're liking these videos. We're going to try to get into MUT seasons here soon. Upload some of that stuff, focusing more on the scheme around the MUT seasons, not necessarily just the team, more so around the scheme as a whole. So yeah, with that, I guess that is it for this particular video, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one.